Hello and welcome to Gardening with Ben, your go-to podcast for all things green and growing. I'm Ben, your allotment guide, and here to help you cultivate your garden and your passion for plants. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, this podcast is for you. Each episode will dig into tips, tricks and techniques to make your garden and allotment thrive. From planting, sowing and growing, we will share all the tips and advice. We will also have regular episodes talking about what we have been up to on the allotment. So sit back, grab a brew and enjoy today's episode. Hey everyone and welcome back to Gardening with Ben for a brand new episode. It's now the beginning of June. Time is flying. I can't believe how fast the time is flying. It's certainly getting through there. We just need this hot summer weather to start coming though. That's what we need. But after reading news articles this week, we're going to have the wettest summer around. So take it with a pinch of salt. Who knows what the weather will be like this summer, but they are tipping that it's going to be the wettest summer going. Now, I just want to start with some feedback from one of my followers on my podcast, which made me chuckle so much. Apologies if you're the one that sent it in, but they said they're loving that the sound quality is a lot better on my microphone. But the only issue is that when I used to record them before, it used to pick up all the sirens, what's always in the background, because I live on a main street where near the hospitals, I get a lot of sirens passing. And they said they used to drive a lot safer knowing that the sirens were on in the background when they were driving, listening to my podcast. So I do apologise that you can no longer hear any sirens in the episode, but that shows that the podcast quality is a lot better for you, and we've managed to minimize all the sound in the background. So as I said, we're now in June, so this is the episode when we have like a little recap over the last month of what we've been up to. Now I know I've not done a podcast for a couple of days, but we're here back with a new one. So what have we done during the month of May? Well, I've been fighting a losing battle with the bindweed, that is for sure, and the pigeons. The pigeons have decimated some of my crops because I didn't net them in time. So I've lost like some of my broccoli, cabbages and cauliflowers. But we might get some more plants to replace them from a garden centre. I know that's cheating. I know that they'll already be grown and already be ready for producing. But sometimes you have to cheat a little to get there, but hopefully we'll see how well we get on. They might come back to life, you never know, but we'll give them a try. So hopefully we've got to fill the spaces with them, but all the other crops are growing absolutely fantastic. My lettuce is nearly ready for picking. That's about ready. As rhubarb's doing well, as fruit's growing really well. I've got my first strawberry ripening. That's my first strawberry is about to be picked. So hopefully we'll see how well that gets on. But yeah, hopefully it'll taste absolutely gorgeous. We'll be trying it. That's if the slugs or the birds don't pinch them. But we'll have to go and pick that and do a little taste test and see what they taste like. But yeah, all the fruit's coming on well. The pears are coming along. The apples are coming along. The blueberries are coming along. Everything is growing so fast. That's the only thing when you get hot weather and rain, everything grows really fast, especially the weeds and the bindweed. But you've got to weigh it up that if it were too hot, we'd have to be going down there watering all the time. But because it's raining, at least stuff is getting watered and it's growing. And that's what we want really. So hopefully it's a win-win situation. We're getting the hot weather and we're getting the rain. So hopefully we'll get some decent crops. Hopefully as well as potatoes will be coming to getting ready towards the end of June, beginning of July. We've had them in since April time now. So hopefully they will be getting ready to be picked. So we're keeping them watered, we're keeping them growing, keeping them alive and getting them growing well. We've also been sorting out some of us summer flower beds as obviously all the spring flowers had disappeared, all those had died back. So we've filled them up with fresh compost, and we've started planting some summer flowers because we're not going to get any frost now. It's now safe to definitely plant out that summer bedding. So we've been planting fuchsias, we've planted lobelia, marigolds, we've planted petunias, we've planted impatiens. So yeah, hopefully we're going to get some nice bright colours in some of them. And again, obviously the slugs really like them, so you have to be careful that the slugs don't go along and eat everything. But fingers crossed, we'll get some colour. It's to fill a gap in, and it'll attract the bees, and hopefully it'll look nice, as I do love some summer flowers. Yes, obviously I'm spending money buying the plants, which I don't really get anything from on the allotment, but it attracts the bees, and the bees make the produce. So we've been busy getting them summer flower beds ready. We've also been sowing a lot more seeds this last week. What have we sown? We've sown some more sunflowers. We've sown some turnip. We've sown some more peas, some more beans, some cauliflowers, some spring onions, some beetroot, some lettuce, some radish, some more carrots. So yeah, we're still sowing plenty of seeds. There's still plenty of time to get certain seeds planted and get them growing. So we'll see how they come on. We might get some crops. Hopefully we will. But we'll be sharing the updates with you all, obviously, and keeping you all up to date with how well it's growing. And obviously, in the next episode, we'll be talking about what to plant in June. Also, we'll be talking about what jobs need doing in the garden and the allotment. So make sure you stay tuned for that episode, as they're usually popular episodes, because people do love to know what they can plant in that month, and they need to know what jobs need. Yes, there is plenty of jobs to be doing in the allotment and garden, but there's specific jobs which need doing. So we'll be talking about them in those episodes as well. So, as always, please do give this podcast a like, give it a comment, give it a share. It gets it out there, and I'm getting a lot of people listening to these podcasts again now. So I'm wanting to keep this going and get more and more people tuning in and enjoying these podcasts as well. And I always love to hear feedback from people. Yes, I don't always reply to people, but I do see a lot of the comments, and I see a lot of the messages that come through. So please do keep liking, sharing and commenting. It does help get the podcast out there. And the more people that listen, the more it'll encourage me to do it, as it all helps towards the allotment and keeping it going. So until tomorrow's episode, remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben, everyone. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Gardening with Ben. I hope you have found some useful tips and inspiration for your own gardening and allotment journey. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please make sure to follow and subscribe to the podcast so you never miss a new episode. And if you have a moment, I'd love for you to leave a review and share the podcast with fellow gardening enthusiasts. Your support helps us grow this community and continue bringing you great content. You can also follow us on social media on every platform called Gardening with Ben for daily gardening tips and updates. Happy gardening, and until next time, remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben.